And in fact, tomorrow there is a meetup, a virtual meetup at 10 a.m. You should actually go and register and join, so you will get more, understanding about Testoper and so on.
Okay, it's a paid program, is it?
No. Nothing is paid. Don't worry. Everything
Okay.
is free. What we do is all free. We are non-profit, and we all, industry experts come together and try to learn from each other. Right? It's not like a event company or anything. It's all free. So some people donate, right? Because whoever likes it, they donate because we need some kind of money to run the show, with tools and stuff like that. But for you and all, it's free. No worries.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. If I find it useful and I'll be able to contribute in the future, I might consider that as well. Thank you.
Yes, yes, we are looking forward to a lot of people helping us. In this call, there is a person called Mukit. He is like 16 years old, right? He's trying to learn like you. So you should pair up and continue to learn.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you.
Perfect. So the other thing that you need to probably do is if you wanted to join the collaboration platform, we use Microsoft Teams, right?
I just have
And
installed.
yeah, Microsoft Teams. So you can send your first name, last name, email address. We can add you in there. So you can also collaborate with others in both the channels that we have, right? Before and after the sessions. That's also something that you can do.
Oh, okay.
Useful for you to learn. You can put it in the chat, and our guys will add it in for you. All right, so team, let's get started. Thanks for joining, everyone. Are you all excited for tomorrow's meetup? Are you all ready to join?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the spirit. Yeah, we all have
Yes.
to.
Yeah.
Awesome. We all have to. It's going to be really good. Just to give you a perspective, we have 200 registrations. Maybe 50 to 80 people should attend, based on my understanding. You never know. It could be higher or it could be lower. And we have, a lot of good industry experts, right? From Tech Mahindra, from Wave Labs, and from PwC, from IBM, and there are also another company called Data on Tap, right? And then from Microsoft. So the like 6 people here and there will be coming and sharing their knowledge on artificial intelligence. So you will get some kind of a big picture. So the meetup is all you want to learn a lot, right? In meetup, but you get a big picture. That's what is very important for us, even in the Testoper project, right? What I'm trying to help you guys to learn every week is not only giving you the platform to learn the depth of whatever that you need to do, but also the breadth of different things. So you are able to connect. See, a lot of times what happens is when we try to do one thing and we go deep without understanding how this is going to really impact the things that surrounds it, then you end up in building something that's not useful. Okay, that's a very hard word to use, but that's the reality, right? So it's always very important when you try to deep dive, you have to deep dive with a sense of how this whatever you're trying to do connects to the outside world, how it is going to be perceived by the outside world, used by the outside world, right? And that's very important and could be a good tip for today for you guys. Okay. So then let's get started our usual stuff. So what I have today is, a small topic that kind of will enlighten you a little bit about industries, sectors, and competitive analysis, right? So that's what I'm going to cover. But before we get there, I wanted to really make sure that, we get a quick status update from all the team. That's number one. And second thing, I wanted to really make sure that every one of you tomorrow attend this meetup. It would be like you all supporting us, all of us to really kind of grow this community together. That's all in return we ask you all. So I'm looking forward to see you all tomorrow. Now let's start with a quick update from 3 team leaders. Let's start with Sandra.
Yes. Well, we have 2 members that drop out. So at the beginning of this week, I was a little worried about. But after a meeting that we have with the other members, we agree in a lot of things about leadership and about the future of the project. So I am happy that we have the same vision and compromise. So that's all. We are continue in the process of brainstorming, and I think that we are going to define an idea soon.
Okay. See, this is what I was telling you. Forming a team, keeping a team is not easy. Right? This what has happened, you don't have to be disappointed at all, Sandra. I can tell you in my last 22 years, hundreds of people have left me. Hundreds of people have joined me. This is normal behavior. This is also a learning that I wanted you to learn and everyone here to learn. This is part of game. But what you need to do is you have certain things in your mind and you're focused and you wanted to achieve that, you move forward. And you do whatever is required for you to be successful. People will come and go. This is normal. Okay, let me put it like this. This is normal. So now there are multiple things, the Testoper project is not only about telling you asking you to learn code and come up with an idea and implement it together, right? If that is the only thing, then this particular program will have no value. You can do that by yourself. So what I'm trying to really do here is that to really help you to see all the problems that you're going to face. And I'm telling you today, I'm actually passed in one lesson that I taught you all, right? People left you and go, Sandra. It's actually a good thing for me. You know why? Because you learned something. You understand what I'm saying, Sandra?
Yes, of course.
Yes. So this is going to be normal in the professional world. Some people are serious, some people are not serious. And I was listening to some of the speech. I forgot the name of that person, right? And he was basically telling in that there is nothing good, nothing like a good people or a bad people, right? And he was talking about it is people who are joyful or people who are into misery, right? So these are the two types of people are there. There's no good people or bad people. There is nothing called as a good and bad exists, right? That's what I kind of heard from him, and that's very true. And he also was telling me, right, which aligns to my experience. I'll look up that name and then I'll get back to you. I forgot the name. He was telling me if you have to get all the best people to execute things, it's something that's never going to happen throughout your life. And what he said is you're going to get people, some with some skills, some with some attitude, some with some. You're going to get different type of people. You're going to face different type of people in your life. And how are you going to understand what kind of the people they are and get things done, what you wanted to get things done for the target that you are working towards? That's the most important lesson. And I'm happy that this has happened to you, Sandra. But the point is, it is normal. You don't have to be disappointed at all. You learned something today. And that's what I wanted it to happen. That's number one. And then number two is, if you wanted to build team, I also wanted you to think out of the box, right? Because this is also something I really wanted you and every member in your team and everyone in this team wanted to learn. You wanted a team, you build the team. You reach out to people. You reach out to 100 people, 10 people might join, and in that 9 people will leave, but 1 person will stick with you. And you continue this process. You build your dream team. Once you have your dream team, you as a dream team can do things together, I would say miracles, let's say. So that's what is the most important thing, right? I wanted you guys to do. So continue on this journey, Sandra. Don't settle down with the current people that you have. And also the Sandra's team members, don't settle down with with the people that you have. Try to look. You have friends, you have colleagues. Then you write a post and you ask me to ask our marketing volunteers to put that post in the social media. Write a post and come to me. I will introduce you to our marketing volunteer team of Testoper, and you talk to them and say, hey, I wanted more team members for me, and can you help me to post this in social media so I can get more people coming and joining this program. See, I have not done one social media for this program. The reason I did not do it is also for a reason, right? And I wanted, with limited people, whoever we have, educate you to help you to grow like a grassroots, right? And that's also is my target. So take this as a second tip of the day today. You want to build your team, you come up, you write something, and then you post it in the LinkedIn. You talk to your friends, colleagues, and ask help from others who are interested to come and join you. And I'm here to help. Our marketing volunteer team is there to help, and our partner success team is also here to help. Right? You can actually go to them and ask them help. Hey, I wanted to make more, I want to get more members into my team. What can you do to help me? So take these two things as a tip of the day today. Thanks a lot, Sandra, for your learning, and it is also a learning for all of us. Now let's move on to, so before I move on to Fian, anything else, Sandra, you have to say?
No, I think that it's everything for this week.
Perfect.
Thank you very much for your help.
Awesome. Let's move on to Fian. Fian, do you have any update for us?
Hi. So last week Saturday we didn't have our usual meeting. We kind of postponed it. Something came up, so we kind of said we were going to have our meeting this week Saturday. But irrespective of that, we've actually chosen a product that we're going to move ahead with. So we chose the idea of Hetal. Her idea was to build a product that helps people to uh, gets people to do stuff that they don't want to do, like chores, like daily chores, or like walking their dogs, getting a nanny, stuff like that. So we're going to move forward with her idea, and tomorrow, I believe our meeting tomorrow, we're going to start fully the concept phase questions about the opportunity statements and everything. So that's where we are right now. Right now, the whole team has voted for the idea, and it seems everybody is on the same page with the idea. So, yes.
Yeah, this is really good. And in addition to what you're doing, Fian, always remember the pointers, right? The 2 tips for today that came out of the learning from Sandra.
Yes.
Okay, continue to look for and add more people, and don't worry about people who are not committed and who is going to leave you and go, right? Which is okay, that is normal. Take those 2 learnings as well for you, and don't settle down. So you should never settle down with what you have. You should always have a backup plan, right? Every one of us, we should always have a backup plan, and we have to have a backup plan for a backup plan, for a backup plan, right? This is the smart way of doing it. You know what I wanted to achieve? End of the day, before end of this year, Fian, under your leadership and all other members in your team's leadership, if you are able to come together 5 to 6 people and build something which may not be success, which is okay, but build something, you get that team momentum, you get to get through that life cycle with the team. Then after that, whatever that you guys are going to do, trust me, I'm very much looking forward that every one of the team come up with an idea, right? Maybe after 2 or 3 iterations, and make that successful for you guys, right? So that's what is my expectation. Okay. Perfect. Let's move on to yeah, perfect. So let's move on to anything else you have, Fian, from your end?
No, that's all.
All right. So I saw someone new joined in our team today, Ahmed Salabi. Hey, Ahmed, can you introduce yourself? Hello, Ahmed? Can you hear us? Okay, so I'll get back to him after a while. Let's move on to our third team update. Greg.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Last week I wasn't feeling too good, so we didn't get a chance to meet on Saturday. But where we are currently is trying to decide on a pathway forward, right? So since we're talking about the labor market and the different clients we're trying to satisfy, we're trying to start with just one client. So if we have a group of customers we want to satisfy, let's pick one out of all these customers and focus solely on that so that we can do a deep dive into what we're actually trying to solve for that market segment. So on Saturday, hopefully we're going to be meeting to discuss that. So some of us we've prepared our opportunity statements. We're taking a look at the opportunity statements, and we're going to be deciding on that. I know there are challenges here and there, but we'll try as much as possible to surmount all those challenges and try to move forward with any issues that we might have.
Okay. Let me make some notes here. This is good. So the same applies for you too, Greg, right? The 2 points that we learned from Sandra. Always try to create backup plan for a backup plan. And end of the day, I wanted to see that you, together with your team members, have formed a strong team. Good people. You remember the last sessions that I was trying to tell you guys. It's always important that good people has to be surrounded by the good people. If you want to be successful, you have to be surrounded by the good people. Similarly, right? If the good people also has to be successful, they have to also be surrounded by the good people.
Yep.
Right. So this is very, very important. And if we are able to achieve that, rest of the things will follow easily. See, there used to be, there's a lot of hackathons that happens, and even we plan to do in Testoper Community Hackathon. The drawback there is it's really good that people come together and build something in 2 days and they win prize and they kind of whoever wins, right? The first person, second person, they get some opportunity to join some incubator and do some stuff, and all those things are good. But the other team members and all, they'll say, okay, I lost, then they dismantle and they go. Right? So, but this Testoper project is something that we are trying to do in such a way that every week we are together. And every week we are learning together, sharing the experiences, what good and bad is happening when we are forming the team and taking forward one step at a time. And that's the value add that I see in this particular program that we are together. Okay, just a minute, let me make this a little bit small. All right. Good. So we got the update from all the 3 teams, and I'm going to ask once again today, Ahmed Salabi, can you unmute and introduce yourself, please?
He mentioned in chat that his mic is not working.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, I didn't see that. All right. Great going, guys. So now what I want what I really wanted you to do. Continue building like what we discussed. Let me open the presentation. And I'm going to train you guys something new to learn today. All right. Oh, not this one. This is tomorrow's presentation. Oh, no, I should not be showing that to you guys today. All right. Where was this? Let's go back to this. So this throughout this year, there are 4 things I told you that I'm going to help you all to learn. The first thing is the foundational element, right? And the second thing that I'm going to help you to learn is the complete product life cycle from the concept all the way to the releasing it and then continuing to keep it running. That's the second thing that I'm going to help you guys to learn. And the third thing that I'm going to help you guys to learn is the entrepreneurship, the delta of first foundational and product. There are a few things as an entrepreneur that you need to know that I'm going to train you guys on that, the third one. And then the fourth one is like pitch deck and so many other things like business plan and so many other things. That's the third thing that I'm going to help you to learn. And then the final thing that I'm going to help you learn is you are able to build product something, whether it has to be successful, not successful, it's okay. There's a lot of entrepreneurs, they try like 10 times, 50 times, they keep failing, maybe 51st time, maybe they become successful. This is also very normal, right? So you can fourth thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to see is you're able to build something, even if it is like two pages of code, but something that solves something. And then I also wanted to see that you gain an expertise to really go and present in front of the people about your product and what you're trying to do and so on. If I'm able to achieve these four things throughout this year, and I will be very happy that I have helped you all to really understand the big picture. And I'll be very happy that I have been able to assist you guys to form the great teams and start something with it. Then that something will turn into something, and it will turn into a big thing, right? So that's the goal. And now in this foundational element, out of these four things, we are right now on the foundational elements, right? So what we have learned so far is certain 3 areas in the personal abilities and attributes. This is what we have learned so far, right? And you have access to the skill build, and also you can go to YouTube and you can learn a lot of things from there. IBM's for startups, we are still having trouble to get the account set up. So there is some challenges there. I will get back to you. If this doesn't work, I will try to bring in some other platforms for you guys to make your hands dirty and learn. While you're learning all these theoretical stuff from me, and while you are building your team from norming, forming, and all those stages that we discussed about, why you also have to ensure that you're building your technical skills. There are 2 ways to build your technical skills. One way is self-learning, learn by yourself, right? And then the second way is you can go and you can join the Testoper other programs, whichever is relevant for you to learn and learn from there. Normally what I do, right, as an individual, even though it is not of my interest, like for example, I'll tell you, I've been in this industry for 22 years, right? And I don't have to really go and learn what is test automation. I don't have to, right? I don't have to go and learn like what Python programming is. I don't have to. But what I do is whenever there is a program that we do in Testoper, but I go and sit. You know why? It goes back to what I was telling you. It is really important that you understand the breadth of knowledge. So you're able to connect things together. It's very, very important for you to be successful. I'll give you an example. You take any product that is getting built nowadays, right? It might require certain tools and frameworks. Sometimes they call it as a tech stack. So what does it mean? It means I'm going to use this programming language. I'm going to use this backend, Node.js, React.js, and I'm going to use this database. I'm going to build this product to run in this cloud, right? So all these things are the tools and frameworks that are, I'm going to use IoT from IBM. I'm going to use IoT from IoT platform from, let's say Azure. So these are all the different tools and frameworks that you would need to develop the skills to build that product, right? Then when you think about, okay, I have a problem and I wanted to solve that problem. Then while solving that problem, the first thing you will choose is tools and frameworks. Then you will also choose what technology is going to help me to solve that problem. If there is a lot of data, you might choose AI, right? To kind of help you to do predictive, prescriptive, and so on. And if you wanted to store the data in a safe place that nobody can go and modify, then you can choose blockchain technologies to store the data safely, right? And if you're building something for the industries, so you might deal with a lot of sensors. So if you think about it practically, there's a lot of tools and frameworks. There is a lot of technologies that you are going to bring together to develop your product. So what does it mean? Go back to what I was telling you. It is not only important to have the depth of knowledge, but to have the breadth of knowledge, to be able, develop the breadth of knowledge and have an ability to connect the dots, right? Oh, I need blockchain for securing the data that is unmutable. Hey, I need IoT because I need to, have an expertise on sensors and be able to collect the data and use some platforms from, Microsoft Azure as an example. All right, and I need expertise in 4G, 5G even, because I wanted to transport the data from one place to another place, and I can use internet using just socket programming, or I can use 5G, and there are certain APIs available there. 4G, 5G, I can use that medium to send my data between the users. You see what I mean? So this skill is very important. Developing a breadth of skills is very, very important. And that is why I always tell you, right? Wherever you have some programs here and there, you can go and join. Okay, you wanted to become an expert in AI, focus on that and develop your depth of skills there. You wanted to become expert in Python programming, you develop your depth of skills there. But go and attend all these different things so you minimum understand what it is. And so you can see the big picture. And that is why exactly I have always, in my last many years, I've always attended all these. Sometimes I go and attend a program that is organized by someone where the topic is, how an immigrant can come into Canada, and what are all the things that he can do to become successful. This has got no relation to the technology, but I still go and attend that, because that, there I might get some idea, right? So whenever there is a time available for you, you try to see where all you can go and attend the programs that are out there, so that you can develop this breadth of knowledge. So of course, first focus on the technology and then try to diverse yourself into other areas. This is again a tip of the day that I really wanted you to all follow. Now let's focus on today's topic, right? So today, what I'm going to talk for next 25 to 27 minutes is this one: analyzing the industry and competition. So the topic in the foundational element, I kind of categorized into three things, right? One is personal abilities and attributes. There are a few things that you need to build. And then the second one is making the market your primary focus. And within that, today, what I'm going to focus is analyzing the industry and competition, what it is, and I'm going to give you some tips around that. Okay. That's what we are going to talk today. Now, before I get there, any questions so far on all the topics that we have been learning and discussing together from anyone? No questions? All good? Or am I talking to only myself?
All good.
Okay. So I'm talking to you all. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Looks like Ahmed, are you still having trouble with your mic? I guess it would be really good to understand more about you, and if you can introduce yourself to the team. I will again try again towards the end of the session to see if you can speak. I would appreciate if you can speak and introduce yourself to the team. All right, perfect. Now, let's start with something that we discussed last week. So we talked about the leadership values, behavior and mindset and actions. Any questions on this? So are you starting to build the values, behavior and mindset and the actions that we talked about? And you should be doing it. You should probably take some of the pointers and put it in front of your computer or something and read through that every day morning for at least next couple of weeks, so that you can build this leadership value. Remember, I told you leadership is an acquired skill. It's not a born innate skill. It's an acquired skill. You can acquire it and you can become a leader. When you become a leader, when you walk the talk, everyone will follow you. If everyone follows you, you form a great team, you build a great product, and you become successful. And don't get me wrong, you're never going to become successful in the first shot. Some might become successful in few shots. Some might become successful maybe even after 20, 30 tries, right? But at least you will develop your skills and your knowledge will grow. So make sure that, whatever we discussed last time, you try your best to follow that and try your best to be a leader, walk the talk, and help others to be a leader. And together, as you guys leaders, you can achieve miracles. Now, let's get into the core topic for today. So, analyzing the industry and competition. That's what is the core topic today. I know you guys, when we started this program, I started this by giving you some ideas of my own, with the goal that I sincerely believed you will not follow that idea. But I did not tell you that at that time. But today I'm telling you proudly that you are not following my idea and you are trying to analyze and coming up with your own idea. That is the first success for me, right? Now it's that you have an idea. There are a few things that you need to know, right? So the first thing that you need to know is, as a foundational element, which industry are you actually targeting to solve a problem, which is nothing but your idea, right? And you have to understand what an industry means. This is a very fundamental thing. So from my view, definition of industries vary. And industries keep changing. Why? Because there is so many new things that comes up. Different places you go, some people will say this is an industry, some people will say something else is an industry for the same thing. So the definition keeps varying. Industries keep changing. And there is no rock solid definition what the industry is. However, there are some standard definitions that are there, which you should know. So what is an industry? Industry is an arena or a playing field that is made up of companies that focuses on solving the problem and serving the needs of discrete groups of customers. So what does it mean? Let's take an example, automotive industry. So in automotive industry, is made up of lots of companies, Toyota, BMW, many of them, Audi. So many of them. It's a playing field that's made up of many companies that focuses on solving the problem. What problem they are trying to solve? They are trying to solve the problem of transportation. They are trying to, manufacture cars, serving the need of discrete group of customers. So there is some customers who wants low-end car. Some customers want high-end, like fully automated, autonomous car. Some don't like to have any automatic feature. They just need a key to open the car, start the car, and drive. Some don't want to do anything. They just want to walk near the car, door opens, they sit, and car drives them. See, these are all a discrete group of customers. So this is what is industry mean. Industry is an arena or a playing field made up of companies that focus on solving the problems and serving the needs of discrete group of customers. This is one of the definition, right? So I also kind of put another definition for industry, which is aligned to the same thing that I explained, but in a different words. Industry is composed of companies, same like the previous definition, who focus on same market segment. I'm introducing a word market segment because sometimes people interchangeably use market segment, industry, sector, right? So different people use all these different terms. So who focuses on the same market segment with similar solution within a sector? I'll give you an example. Now here, let's consider sector is energy, for example. Okay. And there are companies who are providing solution for the energy sector. Someone is providing energy through the windmill. Someone is providing energy through nuclear. Someone is providing energy through solar. So sector is energy, composed of different companies who provide, all these different types of manufacture different types of energy, and who focus on the same market segment. Market segment could be, let's say, individual homeowners as an example, or sometimes they can also, use a different market segment, maybe industries with similar solution. End solution is what? Providing an energy. So you can spin in different ways the definition of industry, but what I wanted to really understand from this particular definition is that one simple thing. There is no rock solid definition, but at least you need to understand the minimum that an industry is nothing but a marketplace where different companies are trying to solve problems for the different diverse set of customers. That's the minimum that I wanted you to understand. But if you wanted to really know, right, what industries keep changing, there is no rock solid definition, but in the world, different countries are calculating the GDP growth in different industries. And sometimes I see energy as an industry, automotive industry. Sometimes I hear sectors and all those kind of things. Is there no standard things that's defined by the government? Whether it is really useful or not, on the practical purpose, is a different story. But you can always think of, is there no standards that actually defines what are the different industries that exist today? The answer to that question is yes, there are a couple of standards, right? So there is something called as North American Industry Classification System, mostly, USA, Canada, and South America, right? They use this industry classification. I'll show you what it is in a minute. Then you also have a global industry classification standard. Okay, now let me click this link. Let me show you, right? The global one, okay? Copy link. Let me put a new one. Let me show you this. So global industry classification standard. See the way that they are defining. They say sector. Sector is energy, materials, industrial, consumer staples, healthcare, financials, information. These are all the different sectors that they define. Then within the sector, they define industry group. So within energy, industry group is also energy, right? And then what are the different industries? Energy, equipment and services, oil, gas and consumer fuel. Within that industry, sub-industries, they go on defining. So this is how they basically define, right? The different industries, and they try to see what's happening in different industries, how much each industry is generating revenue, how it is helping us to grow the country, grow the city, country, right? The world economy and things like that. See here the software and services, which is what we are more relevant, right? IT services, consulting, data processing, internet services and infrastructure, software, the software that we build, application software, system software. Then technology, hardware and software too, right? Sometimes we use computer hardwares and things like that. Communication services like the 5G, 4G that we have. Media and entertainment. So communication services, you have communication services and also media and entertainment. Right? So these are all the different industries, sectors and industry group, which is like a global industry classification defined. Now I'll give you another example, right? You can search any company. Let's search a company like Amdocs, for example, right? Amdocs or IBM. Let's say IBM. Let's search IBM. Okay, let's see. Do they put anything like industries here? products and solutions, they have. Then they have services and consultancy, they have. Okay. Are they saying anything related to which industry are they serving? That's what I was looking at. Okay, let's select.
Products and solutions had something called industries.
Where?
Second next. There.
Yeah, good catch, good catch. So industries, and you see within these industries, they are saying these are all the different industries that we serve. Right? Banking and financial, some people, energy and utilities, healthcare. Now you can actually see them here, right? They mix and match. Like I said, there is no rock solid definition. They mix and match and they give different names, but you can actually see that falling here, right? Falling under this. Let's pick some other company. Let's say, yeah, we have a speaker from Tech Mahindra tomorrow, right? In our meetup. So let's do techmahindra.com. Maybe, Google Mahindra, Tech Mahindra industries. See, these are all the different industries that they serve. Now you see from where it is all coming from. That's what I was trying to help you guys understand, right? So the other day Sandra was asking me, Khader, can we work on the healthcare? Yeah, why not? Please work on the healthcare. Please work on the healthcare and try to understand which area that you are trying to do. And why it is important also for you is to really understand in these different markets, what are all the different things that are happening around these industries, sub-industries, and what are all the companies are there, who are all providing services around these companies, around this particular industry. So understanding the big picture of what's happening in that industry, having a thorough knowledge of what's happening in that industry is what is going to help you to discover the problem. You may not be able to do that today, right? Today you are absolutely okay to come up with an idea, build a team, and be able to deliver that product and go through this phase. You're absolutely okay. But when you're trying to really become an entrepreneur after failing multiple times, right? What has to happen is you have to really become an expert of an industry, and you know exactly what's happening within that industry, and you know what the problems are happening within that industry. Then you go and pick, and you will be 100% confident that the product that I'm building is going to solve this particular problem. The product that I'm building is going to solve this particular problem, and people are going to pay, and you become an entrepreneur because you get paid. It's all connected. That's why I wanted you all to really understand what the industry means. Okay. Now let's look at the other one, North American industry classification. Let me copy this link here. Let's look at that. Because we are in North America, let's see this. North American industry classification system. Okay. Let's say 2017. So there is a Statistics Canada. I like to also browse this with you guys. 2017. Let's see. Okay, see here. The North American has defined like sector. These are all the different sectors, right? So let's look at a sector that is relevant for us. Okay. Public, other, art, healthcare, educational, professional, scientific, and technical services. Maybe this is the one, right? So let's click this sector 54. So within that 54, we have legal office layers. Okay, maybe this is not the right one. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Information, maybe this is the one. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. So information, no, this is a public and things like that. Let's go back. I'm trying to find the software, where the software things are there, right? To maybe, I think we did that study, if I'm not wrong, in the project when we were doing the project documents, if I'm not wrong. Let's see. In NAICS. So, customer industries. Yeah, okay, not here. So you get my point, what I'm saying, right? If you go and little bit search on this, you will find exactly what we are trying to look for, right? Which industry, and there should be some PDF that opens like a wiki, which will be able to look through that. But the point here is that you have a sector. Let's click for example some sector, right? And then within that sector, you have lots of different things, right? Let's see, 74. They say, let's click this for example. Software publishers, motion picture. So you get my point. Radio networks, wired communication, satellite communication, data processing, all other services, right? So you can click something like, let's say, data processing, let's say. Industries in data processing, hosting and related service subsector group, blah, blah, blah. But the point what I'm trying to really make here is, I think you are getting it. These are all the two standards. That's a global standard and North American standard that defines different industries and sectors where different companies focuses on and provide solution for diverse set of customers. I'm going back to the definition, what I explained to you all. So this is where it comes from. So this is the North American industry classification system. There is something called as an NAPCS. This is also something that I wanted you to know. These are all will become very important for you when you really become an entrepreneur, okay? So this North American product classification system is about the classification of the products, right? So let's see, NAP structure. So the products that are built by the different companies are also classified under certain groups, right? Like if you're building a products on food, beverage, clothing, housing related, you see this, all these things, finance, insurance related products, legal related products, equipment, material, scientific and technical services. So you also have, government defined North American product classification system for you to really understand the product that you're building, which area it's going to fall in. And then you can go and see who are all the companies in that area and what do they do. Do they do anything that I am trying to already do? If they are doing it, what I'm going to do is not going to be helpful. So in order for you to really go through this thought process and analysis to convince yourself that the product that you're building is going to be unique in the market, requires these knowledges, right? So that's why I wanted to really help you guys to understand what industry means and help you to give you the definition of what industry means. Now remember one thing, right? When you're building a product, most of the time we as a technical people, this is a tip kind of a thing for you guys, okay? Most of the time what happens is, as a technical people, what we end up doing is we always think of which programming language do I use, which technology platform that I will use, and then build product. But there are so many startups, there are so many companies fail to look at the other aspects outside of technology, and they fail. You don't have to become a master, but at least know about this. I wanted you all to know about this. So someone comes up with an idea and they build the product, and when they go live, they understand because of the political reason they can't deploy this product, because this is something prohibited by the politicians or the political situations. And same thing with regulatory law. You might build a product, you might go and deploy the product, then you realize in the law it is not allowed to do this, then all your effort is waste. Economic, so you try to build a product to solve a problem, right? But that is not relevant to the economic situation of that particular country and the customers that you serve. You're trying to build a product like an Apple and trying to go and sell it in Africa, it's not going to work. Sometimes social impact, right? Even the social impact can kill your product. There are sentiments like, that are out there in different countries, different sentiments. Like, for example, in India, cow is like a god, right? So these are the sentiments that you need to really take care of, right? When you're trying to build the product. And if you try to create an ad to promote your product by slaughtering a cow, your product will be banned in India, for example. So there are so many things that you need to consider when you are coming up with an idea and then trying to build the product. Okay, so this is the lesson that I wanted to really teach you all today, analyzing the industry. So just take away, I wanted you guys to understand two things. Why do I have to know this industry? I have to know this industry so I am able to really, I'm able to really understand whatever that I am building, where does it actually fall in, and understand the political, regulatory, economic, social, and many aspects of that particular industry, sector, sub-industry, whatever it is. Understand different companies providing the solutions in that, and then finally collecting all the data from all these different places and convincing myself, okay, fine, you know what? My idea is unique. Let me move forward and build this, and I will be successful. But again, remember I told you the other day, your idea need not have to be unique. It's okay to have an idea that is same as others, but you can do it in a better way so that you can grab some market share from them and still be successful. Right? So many ways to look at it, but knowing this industry is going to really help you on that. Now, changing the topic a little bit, right? So now knowing the industries, one thing that it's going to really help you is to nail down the list of companies that are serving that industry and what kind of products, solutions, and services that they provide in that industry. Right? And that part is nothing but competition, analyzing the competition. You see the hierarchy, how it goes, analyzing the competition. So when you talk about analyzing the competition, I wanted to introduce a tool called SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. And I also wanted to give you a tip of the day, which is the many questions you can ask to yourself, right? But I came up with some questions that can help you to, think and ask yourselves and try to find answers. Always remember, anything that you try to do, ask yourself different questions from different angles and try to find the answer. Collect data as much as possible, synthesize the data, and be convinced before you move forward. Okay, so however, we are running out of time. If I start this analyzing the competition and the tip, probably I need another 5 to 10 minutes. So I will refrain myself not talking about this. Let's stop today here, learning what industry is together. Okay, so now floor to you all, right? Any questions or any comments on what you guys have learned? Have you learned something new today? That's the most important thing.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Definitely.
Just to try to
Yeah,
understand
definitely.
the industry, take a look at it and see what they're doing, see how we can do better than that.
Perfect. And trust that these are all the complex things to navigate, right? If you are not able to navigate now, it is absolutely okay. Maybe you will be able to navigate this after 2 years, 3 years, right? But knowing this is important. When you get there, you can always navigate this through and become expert. And it takes multiple iterations to get there. Okay. Awesome. Now I'm going to again call out for Ahmed. Ahmed, have you fixed your mic? Yes, no? We'll get in touch over the email. Okay, perfect. So I'm not sure, Ahmed is a software developer, or is he an architect, or is he wants to be a mentor, joining the team and helping the team to build products together? I did not know about your interest, Ahmed. That's why I was really asking you to unmute and speak. It's okay. Next time when you join, please make sure your mic works and you can, help the 3 teams here join and be part of these 3 teams and learn together and become successful. Okay. So with that, let's close for today's session. Let's close today's session, and I'm looking forward to every one of you joining tomorrow's meetup. All 19 of us in this call, we are going to join tomorrow's meetup, and we are all going to learn from everyone and the industry experts, artificial intelligence on different viewpoints, right? Like I mentioned, it's going to really help us to develop the breadth of knowledge which is going to be very useful for us in the longer term. It may not be useful in the shorter term, but it's going to be very useful for us in the longer term. You will realize the outcome of this in the longer term. Okay. So having said that, let's close the call for today. At least we were on time, just 1 minute late. Apologies for that. Have a wonderful weekend and see you all tomorrow in the meetup. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.